You know, I could start off with the we're not worthy jokes, but I don't think he would appreciate that as much. It's the 9 o'clock news, local edition on Rock 93.7, and I have John Worthy in with me tonight. That's the worthy joke. Say hi, John.
Hey, Greg. Thanks for having me.
In fact, we've had you on before talking to us about your other band. You are affiliated with Easy Roscoe.
Yep. Was here a couple months ago. You guys have a couple of our songs going, and fortunate enough to be playing my music as well, so thank you.
And Easy Roscoe, I believe we categorized you more kind of in the, I don't really want to use the ska term because it really doesn't fit.
Right.
You guys, you have a unique sound, to be sure. And we appreciated you coming in to talk to us about it, but we didn't really label you as fitting directly into ska because you had so many other influences, but it did kind of have its own niche sound, as it were. This is not that.
Yeah, I think Easy Roscoe is a little more fun, party, upbeat, high energy type sound, and my songs are a little more laid back and mellow, and I guess a little more emotion in them.
I don't get to use this word often, so I'm going to wistful.
Wistful. Can you define that word?
No, I cannot. Actually, it doesn't really fit. It's reflective, kind of, is where wistful fits in. But
reflective is a good word.
And that actually does kind of fit in some layers of your music because it does tie into, like, you've got a song that you've written for your ladies, so that's kind of in there. You're reflecting about that. And some of the other lyrics that you use talking about, well, you know what? We'll get into your music a little bit later on.
Yeah.
We'll not only talk about the music, we'll actually play a couple of his songs for you, discuss his EP, plans to get out and do some performances to support it, and what it was like actually singing for the first time for his own music. We'll talk about all that with John Worthy tonight as our guest on the 9 o'clock news local edition on Rock 93.7. A little bit of guitar, a little bit of vocal work, and an opportunity to do his own solo stuff. That's what we're talking with John Worthy about tonight on the 9 o'clock news local edition here on Rock 93.7. You, of course, do all this yourself?
So I wrote all these songs, and really the only project I had going was Easy Roscoe, and I was hanging out with a buddy one day who had recently come out with a solo EP, and I just thought to myself, why not? I have all these songs, why not put them out there? So I started getting the songs down tight, and then I asked my college buddy, who was in a band that I was in, to come down and play bass. So he came down for a week. And then I asked a friend that I had met in Nashville, Grant, to play drums, and we rehearsed for 4 days before we went in the studio and got these 6 songs down. And then we went in and knocked all of them out in one day.
So they laid down the bass part, the drum part. What other parts did you lay down?
I played all the guitars, and Billy, the engineer, played some of the organ and synth that you hear, and then I did all the vocals as well.
So whenever you get ready to go out to actually play these songs, you just strip them down and go acoustic?
No, I'm going to have I got a band together, actually. It's going to be a 3-piece band, so I'm excited about that. I got Austin from Easy Roscoe. He's going to play bass.
So you're putting together the John Worthy band now. Yeah. So it's gone from, hey, let's make a solo EP to, I'm going to totally Bon Jovi
go all
this.
the way here.
Well, you've got the John part in the name, so that, no,
right.
Not how that was planned. I did mention that you've written a song for your lady. I thought we might actually play that tonight.
Okay.
Her name is Jenny, I'm guessing. I hope it's her name. I'm going to feel awkward if it's not, because that's what the song's called.
Her name's Jenny. It's actually not in the song itself. So she goes to school in Nashville, but every summer she goes home to San Diego. So it's kind of a bummer, but I went out to visit her a couple summers ago, and that song is about my visit and then her coming back to Nashville for the school year. So it's kind of a 3-month story there.
So she was definitely the inspiration as far as lyrical content. Did that also come into play when putting the music together too? Was she an inspiration
The
for
music
that?
On that one, I was in the mountains in Pennsylvania, ski resort called Seven Springs with my family, and just hanging out on the couch in front of a fire, finger picking, laying back, and it kind of gradually came out of me. And then a couple of days later, I wrote the lyrics.
How about if we share Jenny with everyone musically? Calm down. I'm not giving away your girlfriend. Get me in trouble here. This is John Worthy. It's Jenny on the 9 o'clock news local edition on Rock 93.7. We've had an opportunity to listen to one of his songs earlier, and now we're going to do a little more conversation with John Worthy tonight on the 9 o'clock news local edition here on Rock 93.7. He was kind enough to come by and hang out with me in the studio, and you kind of just told everybody I love you guys. I enjoy playing with Easy Roscoe, but I want to go do this. Is that how that came to be, or?
Well, the culture in Nashville for musicians is be involved in as many projects as you are capable of doing. And, I figured I have all these songs. I might as well try and get them out there. And, I don't sing in Easy Roscoe, so I wanted to do my own singing too. So it just came about gradually, and it wasn't like, oh, I'm going to stick it to them or anything. I just wanted to start my own project and see where it goes. And, a lot of my friends that are musicians are in 3 or 4 bands, and they all have their own thing, and then they play guitar or other instruments in them too. So it's not anything unusual.
Did it put pressure on you because you were like, hey, they've got more projects than I do? Or was it, I've got all these things, the creativity is just too great? Hey, that's the idea. Was it the pressure, or was it just their idea that you liked?
I think just having all these songs, more of the creative aspect. I wanted to spread my wings a little bit and get out there.
Okay,
see what I can do.
Not so much that they were like, you have to get another project, as it is, I really wanted to try this.
Not at all.
As we mentioned, it's a bit of a departure musically. It's not quite what your band Easy Roscoe does. So this is all just you just kind of getting a chance to open up and let people hear your softer side?
I guess you could say that. I think there's definitely a lot of rock and roll in there. Distorted guitars. I got a couple acoustic guitars in there, which we didn't have in Easy Roscoe.
Well, and let's clarify, too, because I say softer side, but that's not to mistake the album for a soft album or it's a whole bunch of love songs. No, it's nothing like that. You've got the one on there, sure, but the other songs, you've got some that are kind of mid-tempo, kind of in that range.
It's just not super upbeat,
Yes, whereas Easy Roscoe was the super upbeat stuff.
Right.
This is the more, I'm in a happy mood kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Not melancholy and the infinite sadness kind of stuff, but you get the idea. Right. So you've got the full album of songs. How many songs are on it?
There's 6. The last song that you just heard, Jenny, is a full acoustic song, and then all the other ones are full band.
And you, as we mentioned, you brought in some other people. You were lucky enough to use your connections to have them come in. Were they all like, no, man, that's horrible. I don't want to do that. Or did they just say, I totally get your vision, and they jumped right on board?
No, they were great. They dug it for sure. Nick, the bass player, I sent him the songs a couple of weeks before he came down here for the week, and he got really into them, and then we jammed every day that he was here. And then Grant, I had gotten together with him a few times to jam, and he was into the songs, and we molded together really well, and we only had 4 practices before we went into a studio to record 6 songs, so it was pretty awesome that we were able to pull that off.
Well, let's talk vocal work. Let's talk the other instruments on the band, some of the other songs on the album, rather. And let's do that as we continue with the 9 o'clock news, local edition on Rock 93.7. We are taking the time to speak tonight with a man about his solo work. He works with the band from time to time, but we're all about what he's got going on his solo EP as we speak tonight with John Worthy on the 9 o'clock news, local edition on Rock 93.7. John, you are affiliated with another band. We've mentioned it a couple of times. You're in Easy Roscoe. What do you do in that band?
I play guitar in that band and a little bit of ukulele.
And a little bit of ukulele. I remember talking about the ukulele. I still have not mastered the kazoo. Still working on it.
Still working on it.
I'm going to get an all-kazoo band out of one of these shows. It's going to happen. But you work with them in the guitar fashion, and I think you mentioned that you really don't do vocals in that band.
Right.
So not even backup vocals? Or?
No vocals at all.
So was it a jump to say, I think I want to sing my own songs?
I was definitely nervous about that and how it would sound, but I think I did a decent job on this album. It was my first time ever really singing, and I'm already getting better practicing with my band and singing every day and writing these songs on acoustic. So I definitely feel like I'm getting better, and I'm pretty proud of how it turned out.
You've always written for yourself, whether it's been for a band or whatever. You've gotten out of you what you needed to share. Right. How long have you actually been writing music?
I would say junior year of college is when I started. I started playing guitar in 7th grade and kind of fell off it a little in high school. And then when college came around, I had a lot more time on my hands, so I played a lot more guitar. I started listening and playing along to different albums. And then junior year, I just kind of wrote my first song, and then from there, I've been writing ever since.
Do you wish you had stuck with it whenever you first started playing the guitar, or do you feel like you lost out?
I didn't completely just put it down, but I didn't stay as intense as I got to it in college. So yeah, I think I lost a little bit there, and that it kind of made me who I am. It made me discover music again in college, and I think I'm better off for it.
So it's a matter of it came around at the right time,
yeah,
as far as the timing on it, and so
then,
this was just natural progression from their viewpoint.
I think I'm just getting better and writing more songs, and I want to keep doing that.
Having stepped into the role of singer and getting a chance to put your songs out there that you didn't get before, do you feel like it's something that more people should try if they're in a band, as far as maybe pick up something on the side?
Yeah, I've gotten so much better, not only at singing, but just playing guitar in a 3-piece band. You know, it's all on the guitar player to keep the rhythm going and keep the accent and notes going. And I've just gotten a lot better at playing clean guitar, and it's really made me a better musician.
So it's kind of rounded things out a little bit. So how about if we give them something else that you've worked up?
Yeah.
I think we mentioned that this was your chance to kind of put something out that you don't normally get to play. And along the lines of something you don't normally get to play, I'm So Lost?
Yeah, that's a unique song in the sense that it doesn't really have a chorus. It's kind of a 3-minute build-up song, which is a lot of what I grew up listening to. If you listen to a lot of Kings of Leon albums, they have songs with no chorus, and it kind of just builds the whole song. So I really like this song, and it kind of just builds into a crescendo of guitars at the end, which is really cool.
So musically building that part, you had a plan for that. Lyrics?
I think it kind of started off as a folk song, but when we got in the studio, Billy, the engineer, was like, you should just keep layering guitars, and it just kept building and building. And then we added all the percussion that you hear in the second verse. There's boot stomps. We actually just stood around a mic, and we all stomped our shoe on the ground, which is really fun. And there's just a lot of cool instrumentation in this song.
Went to record a song and a hoedown broke out. I don't hear that one often. It's John Worthy. We take a listen to I'm So Lost on the 9 o'clock news local edition on Rock 93.7. It's a change of pace and a chance to get your vocals heard and share something that's a little bit different from you. That's what we're discussing tonight with John Worthy on the 9 o'clock news local edition here on Rock 93.7. John, a guitarist turned solo performer of sorts. You're putting together, I think you said, a 3-piece?
Yep. We've been practicing. Our first show won't be until October. You need to get a full set down, but it's going well. We've had a bunch of practices and just getting tight together as a band and getting to know each other musically. Our first show is going to be on the rooftop of Rock Bottom on Broadway in Nashville. It's one of the few venues on Broadway that has rock music, so I'm excited that'll be our first show, and I'm really excited to play there.
When is that going to be?
It's going to be October 14th.
Okay, and then you've got some other dates that you're lining up.
Yeah.
And, of course, your other band.
Yeah.
We'll plug them quickly. Easy Roscoe's got some performances coming up, too.
Yeah.
You can find both you and Easy Roscoe on Facebook.
Correct.
But mainly look for John Worthy. Really, that's
Thanks, Greg.
what I want you to do. He sent me the album, and I got to say, when you send in the album for us to listen to, sat down and listened to it, popped it into the player, and I was very impressed. Very good stuff. So, Departure, if you loved what he did whenever we had him in with Easy Roscoe, check out their stuff, of course, but this I think you're going to like, too. So, John Worthy, looking forward to hearing more from you down the road. And if you get any more projects or free time, let us know about that, too.
Will do.
I think at this point he's going to join a book club. I don't think he's got time for more music. But, John, appreciate you coming in.
Thanks, Greg.
You're listening to the 9 o'clock news local edition on Rock 93.7.